Hi guys, what's up? It's Allie and I'm back for another video. If you hear any snorting in the background, my dog is laying at the edge of my bed and she snores really loud. She likes to snort a little too, so that's what that is. I thought I'd come on here today because I'm a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. You know, that's a show late 90s, early 2000s, made up a huge part of like my late, obviously my middle school years, you know, 5th grade, you know, late elementary school, all through middle school for me. Me and my best friend Gary, we would always come into school quoting it. We were always watching all the reruns after the show ended. And Charisma Carpenter, the actress who played Cordelia on the show, as well as its spinoff Angel, recently came out with, you know, allegations that, you know, like, I'm presuming to be true. I believe we should stand with, you know, the victims, against the show's creator, Joss Whedon, saying that she was subject to, you know, verbal, mental, emotional abuse. I won't go into all the gritty details about it. You know, while she was on the show, you know, especially a lot while she was pregnant. And then subsequently after, you know, she gave birth, you know, she was basically fired. And it was really heartbreaking for me to hear that because, you know, that guy basically created this show that, like, you know, got me through a rough time. Kids were really cruel to me in middle school. And that was like my little safe haven, you know. I was a really, really overweight child. I don't even want to say overweight. I was really obese. And so, especially at that age, the kids were mean. And so, I don't know, that was like my little safe haven. And, you know, she felt like at the time she couldn't speak out, you know, and she felt she just had to put up with it because it was making her feel insecure, and she had to just, you know, do whatever he said, you know, when he would ask her to do some of these outrageous things, like, you know, work to the middle of the night, come in at 1 o'clock in the morning, even while she was pregnant, you know, because of, you know, her job was on the line, you know, and she was talking about, you know, now she has, you know, a family, primary breadwinner. And I can relate in a smaller, you know, way because, you know, at my job, like, I've, you know, in the past, I've faced sexual harassment. I worked with, a woman older than me, so there's Daisy, who basically gaslit me that, basically made me feel like I wasn't good at my job, and if I didn't do essentially what she said, like when she was supposed to train me and she thought she was my lead, if I didn't do what she said, and organize things how she wanted, that she would never help me, and blah, 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 and, you know, all these horrible sorts of things, and really made me have bad anxiety and made me feel like I wasn't good at anything. I mean, and then eventually, you know, she quit with basically almost no notice, and I found out, hey, this really isn't the case. I really know what I'm doing, you know, but I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want, you know, the upper bosses to think that, you know, I was causing problems and I couldn't handle myself. So I can relate on a smaller scale because, you know, there were times when I was just like, well, screw it. I'll quit without another job and I'll just go home, you know, stay with my parents until I find another one. And, you know, in her case, she couldn't necessarily do that because she had a whole family. You know, so that was just, it was really sad to hear that. And what really warmed my heart was that, you know, the actors, you know, the other actors on the show, you know, name a few, like, obviously Sarah Michelle Gellar, James Marsters, Tara McClay, all came out in support. You know, even like Michelle Trachtenberg came out and said that, you know, she came on the show and she was young, like 14, 15 years old, and came out and said she was not allowed to be Tara McClay. Amber Benson is the actress. I am sorry. But Michelle Trachtenberg actually said that she was not allowed to be in a room with Joss Whedon by herself. And that really is disturbing on a lot of levels. You know, this isn't the first time these type of allegations, you know, have come up against Joss Whedon. But I suppose I hadn't really paid attention, you know, because I guess it wasn't, I don't know what series or what movie it was. I can't remember what they were talking about in relation to, but I guess because this series, Buffy, was just so close to my heart, that's why this hurt so bad. But I guess in this situation, like I said, you know, with Time's Up and Me Too and everything, we have to hold these guys accountable. You know, and he created this series, but so did the actors and actresses. Like, they were part of it just as much as he was. They helped create and bring this story to life just as much as he did. So we have to support them and believe them. So my heart goes out to Charisma. I am so sorry that she had to deal with this, and anyone else on the show or anyone that's worked with him in the past that had to deal with this, because no one should have to. Anyways, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about that because it really bummed me out. Because that was, like I said, that was like my childhood, and I've actually been in the process of rewatching it. I actually just shut it off right now to just come on here and talk a little bit about it. Because I just felt like I needed to say something. Got my little blue light glasses on today. You can see my little light reflection. I'm about to go to bed shortly because I work in the morning. But yeah, I just wanted to say a little bit. My tongue is still messed up from my seizure, but it's getting there. It's you can still see the bite. But I've been using my medicinal rinse and gargle with salt water, and I still have some antibiotic left, so I'll keep you guys updated. I think my next video is going to be about how I found out that I have epilepsy, because that's actually an interesting story. But I hope you guys have a great night, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and see you next time. Bye.